is not the best room to record in. I mean, like, is your room any better? Is anybody's
Well,
room in
it's
this entire
smaller.
building any
Well,
better?
true point. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it better than the closet we were in, which is the
It's
name?
better than that. I'm not saying, hey, listen, Lane, I am so glad to not be in your closet right now, and I appreciate this upgrade we've
I
got.
enjoyed being in the closet with you.
Yeah, well, that was nice, but it was not good for having three people in there. Remember that?
Oh, well, that's because Bobby's a large man.
Yeah. Oof, maybe that's
Like,
why he's.
like his presence is large and his physical presence is large, and it ruins small spaces.
Maybe that's why he's defecting from comedy. He wants to come back with that weight loss shit.
Do you think that we're gonna see him in like 2 weeks and he's gonna be fucking
I mean, he's gonna
skinny?
have like flappy, fat ass arms still, but
Yeah,
like
because you have to have the money to
just
get the
big
surgery.
flaps of skin. Yeah, that's
That's
just.
what always like every time I see a fat person that doesn't make a lot of money that loses a ton of weight,
Mhm.
I go, okay, but what's your plan now?
That's why my advice is to just not get fat in the first place, because then you don't even have to worry about the
Let yourself get
dangly skin arms
yeah,
after that.
let yourself get chubby at best. You
Yeah.
know, have a fun time.
Sometimes a chubby person doesn't look, terrible or
Yeah,
anything,
but
but
at
like,
the end of the day, you don't have to
yeah,
get the surgery, and you can still have fun for a little while.
it's true.
You know,
That's a good
I'm letting
point.
myself get chubby right now.
I can't tell the difference between how you look right now or
It's
you
because I'm
normal.
very self-conscious. My amount when I see myself as chubby is not chubby to fat people.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know. Are we recording it all?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Okay, word. Well, welcome back. We're still calling it Two Dudes, One Closet. But
If you keep
I
bringing that,
changed the
you
name.
keep bringing that up like you want to change it.
I don't want
We
to change it. No, this is fine. It's a good. Plus, people can't see the background. This works. But we just
as
watched.
far as they know, we could be in a closet.
Technically, we could be anywhere right now.
We're in space right now.
We could be on the
Ooh.
beach. We could be in the forest. We could be on a fucking volcano right now, and you fuckers wouldn't know the difference. So, but we just watched Austin Powers Goldmember.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, maybe a controversial opinion. This is probably my favorite of the Austin Powers trilogy. I think this not because it's like actually the best, but because this one is so fucking dumb. It's like the dumbest movie ever made.
You put it
And
perfectly when you said it's like an entire movie with just like Family Guy cutaways.
literally, yes.
That
It's
and you were so dead on when you said that. I was like,
yeah.
that's exactly what it is. They make like a dumb pun. Like for instance, when Austin accidentally rips down Doctor Evil's pants, and he's like, "I thought you were loony before, and now I see you're nuts."
I know, and you're like,
And he looks at the camera. So it's like a mixture of
you know,
Deadpool and Family Guy.
a little bit, and but with that Austin Powers charm we all know
Exactly,
and
in
love.
his style.
I'm gonna say I actually think that the scenes with them as like teenagers at the academy of like
Yes.
spies or whatever,
Yeah.
that is genuinely very funny, and it's just because the kids that they got to play the young versions of Austin and Doctor Evil
Hmm.
look exactly
Oh,
like them
I
as
was thinking the
little
same
kids.
thing. I was thinking they really fucking casted this super well.
They did a great job with
Like
fucking casting. It's
it was
incredible.
very believable, and I enjoyed that Austin Powers or younger self looked exactly like my roommate to me.
He did
But
look like Lane's old roommate.
my old roommate looked exactly like him. Brought home far less girls
Well,
and smoked a lot more weed. So
you're
if you could
telling me
just
Yanni wasn't gay? I'm
not as far
shocked.
as I know, not
Okay.
as far as I know.
Okay. Well, I'm just no disrespect to Yanni, who I I met a few times and he seemed like a good dude, but I always got that vibe from him a little bit. But
Maybe that's why he kept giving me so many free dabs. He was trying to
hey,
show,
maybe he was like lane's down the hall, I don't really
sweet
have to
piece of ass,
drive. Yeah.
literally 5 feet away
Yeah,
from
well, you
me.
were just telling me, yeah, maybe he was thinking Lane's a little thick boy,
Little
trying
thick
to
boy.
get a little Butterfinger, you know what I'm saying? But
No, I don't do enough squats. I got a shit ass.
well, sorry to hear that. But anyway, Lane's ass unfortunately has nothing to do with Austin
Light
Powers and
ass.
Goldmember. So yeah, but all around, yeah, pretty good movie. I thought it was pretty funny.
You get to meet Austin's dad. I
Austin's
don't I
dad.
don't think you see that in movie 1 and 2. We skipped 2 by the way because we
Yeah,
both saw Goldmember and we're like, there's a lot of shit that's funny that we
there's a
remember
lot of
from that.
there's a lot of stuff to talk about with Goldmember. The number one thing for me is the fact that Beyonce is
Oh my
like
god.
one of the co-stars of it, which is so weird.
Which is never explained.
No, it's never. Why was she in this movie?
She's a singer,
Yeah.
which is, normal to her.
Mhm.
And then she has this guy like pretend to be her or whatever so that she can talk to Austin without being, super obvious. And she goes into this tirade about how he left her like 8 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. And never really comes into play that she's a secret agent herself. She
Yeah,
just kind
not
of
really.
she just decides to kill her own boss or attempt to kill her own
Yeah.
boss because she loves Austin.
Which, I don't have a ton of complaints about that. I mean, it was kind of fun to see her in this movie. I guess I like her music, to whatever extent that means. I'm not like a super fan or anything, but I'm happy to see Beyonce
You're a Beyonce night.
movie.
Just say it.
I'm not a Beyonce fan. The Beyonce fans are fucking crazy. They like dox. I'm not. No, they like dox people for like saying that they don't like
They dox?
Beyonce and shit. They do. They like
Wait,
leak
so the
people's
people that are
info.
Beyonce fans are smart enough to dox people?
Well, you wouldn't think it. Okay, I knew this girl a long time ago.
I'm just saying, like, a
Biggest-
Skrillex fan, I would believe that. A Skrillex fan, I would be
Yeah.
like, that guy's probably into tech.
Well, they
Yeah.
just like because they're like so dedicated to preserving like Beyonce's honor or whatever, and it's like she's got 20 Grammys. Who gives a shit? But
Yeah,
she's richer than you'll ever be, you
that's pretty
dumbass.
stupid.
It's
Pretty
dumb.
dumb.
But I like seeing her in this movie, and ultimately, I thought I'm not really a good judge of performances. I thought she gave a good
I
performance.
thought Austin gave a very good performance when he was like, "Daddy wasn't there."
That's a good song, by
Take
the
me
way.
to the No, I got goosebumps. I was like,
That's
"This is a good song." I would
genuinely-
listen to this in my 1990 Chevy Silverado.
I had heard, okay, I had heard that song before, and I didn't know it was from an Austin Powers movie.
Wait, really? Like
I
you
literally-
just found it?
I had just heard it before.
Is
and I
there a
didn't-
full song?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's.
Because like that song lasted 30 seconds. That's not how long songs last.
I thought that it was like. I thought that it was just like a Blink 182 song that I had
It
missed
sounds
or
like
something.
it. It really is.
So I was just like, this is just like Austin's just singing a song, like, but it's a good song, honestly. So props to them for good music all around in this movie.
Yeah,
Beyonce
very good
sings
music.
a little bit, good
all the music,
soundtrack.
all the music I enjoyed,
Yeah, so
especially when Michael Myers brought both his legs up to a Beyonce song.
oh yeah, Mike Myers. Literally, he plays 4 roles in this movie. Count them: 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4. Which,
Do you think they filmed? Do you think they filmed all the Austin stuff, then all the Fat Bastard stuff, then do you think they went down the line with that?
Okay, here's the thing. I've always heard that Mike Myers is like kind of an asshole, and he's like unpleasant to be around, basically. Which
No, I feel like I'd enjoy his assholeness.
okay, well, understand. And
If
hey,
it's funny,
if
if
that's what
it's
you're there for.
funny, but in a funny way.
I just always heard.
I'm a piece of shit. You're right.
Put me in Austin Powers 4. Put me in Shrek 5.
Please let me be one of the nerdy kids in your school. Please.
Yeah, but no. So but I always heard he was a little bit of a dick, and it makes sense a little bit just because he had to he does so much fucking makeup for all these movies. He has to just go to work every day and just sit there probably for 6 hours of fucking makeup to just be sitting there.
To
And then
be somebody like Fat Bastard.
yeah, and then
Oh,
he
yeah.
just has to go out and try to be funny.
I was thinking about all the hair that
Mhm.
covers Fat Bastard's body. Like they had to make the fat suit, right? They had to color match it. They had to make it look realistic, right? And then they had to put fucking hair all over it, and it had to be ginger hair.
Yeah,
And it's like
probably
That's a-
took a lot of work.
that's a lot of work.
Yeah. I
That's-
wouldn't want to get in the fat bastard suit. I'm going to be honest. I don't really want to wear the fat suit for him. So,
No, you got to be sweating so bad in that thing.
yeah, probably.
You got to be sweating so bad. And then he had to fight a sumo wrestler in the Fat Bastard suit. Probably took 10 takes. So at that point, he's really sweating.
At that point, that's 15 hours of work that day that he just has to be on set in the fat bastard outfit doing multiple takes.
And then you're like, wow, Michael Myers is in a bad mood. He's kind of a dick. And it's like, I wonder
bit.
why.
Yeah, I heard no, but this
Because
is
he's putting in all this fucking work.
this is the story I heard is that when he was making the Love Guru,
I haven't seen that one.
Not the best Mike Myers movie. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of a piece of shit. But while he was making that, he had a rule on set. He just walked around with sunglasses on and like earbuds in the whole time. And if people like tried to talk to him, they would get fired. Like he just didn't let people talk to him at all. And so that's why I'm saying he might be a really nice guy these days. I don't know. He hasn't been
What
in
do
a
you
movie in a while.
how do you get anything done?
That's well, like he would do the scenes and everything, and he would act, but like after
Do you,
he's done working or whatever, he just completely would not talk to
if
anybody.
you're the director, do you just wait until he approaches you,
Yeah,
or okay?
yeah, that's what they would have to do. They would just be like, "All right, let's wait till Mike's in a good mood."
That's that's got to be. That's the most pretentious shit I've ever heard.
I know, right?
Like, I don't understand how, because you're good at faking being somebody,
Yeah,
you can have so much pretentiousness that you control the whole thing, and you just basically get to say, "I'm going to implant any of my dumb rules, and if you don't follow them, your life is over.
that's
Congratulations."
all actors, though.
I don't get it.
Literally all actors
They used to be. They
are
used.
like that.
Do you remember? There was a time. Of course, we don't remember. We were born in 1999 or 2000 for
I was
you, I
born in
think.
2000, yeah.
Yeah, I'm better than you because I was born in the 90s.
All right.
But
90s
anyways,
kid, get the fuck out of
yeah,
here
I'm a
with your
90s kid. Get
TRL
the fuck out of here.
bullshit. Oh, you like MTV?
Fuck you,
You know.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Fucking, I grew up on SpongeBob and Arnold. Fucking bitch.
I'm better than you. I was here for the Iraq War. I'm an Iraq War baby. You know what
I
I'm
was
talking
here for
about?
the Iraq War as well.
You were too old to get drafted. You were two. I was a 1-year-old,
I was
fresh face and
I
ready for
was
the army.
too old to get drafted at too. No, okay, okay. I forgot where the fuck I was even
You
talking
fucking
about.
I mean, I guess just
Oh yeah, the pretentiousness or whatever.
of Mike Myers. And hey, I still like these
Well,
movies.
no, we're going off of hearsay with Mike Myers. I'm talking about
Oh
just
yeah,
all
of
the horror
actors.
stories we hear of anybody, like Tom
Sure.
Cruise. When did you hear that video of Tom Cruise when he was like
He freaked out about
screaming?
a guy not wearing a mask
Yeah,
on a Mission Impossible movie.
yeah.
I
They're
think it's
standing too close to each other,
yeah.
watching the film and like editing it and shit. And he was like, "You fucking piece of shit!
Mhm. What an asshole.
It's happening the life of your fucking family, your fucking family." You know.
Yeah, no, he's an asshole. That being said, I love all the Mission Impossible movies. So, Tom, if you're out there, I'll join the Church of Scientology. I'll sacrifice Christian infants. I'll do whatever I have to do to get on
I'll pray to an
those
alien.
Mission Impossible movies. Yeah,
I'll pray to an alien.
I'll pray to some fake space god who
Let me
doesn't
be the
exist.
guy that you punch in the face 3 times before you like jump off a plane.
That would be great. I'll be
That'd
your
be
like
easy.
little. I'll be your little comic assistant, like nerd sidekick who's
Like, and then you know it'd be funny if you say this and then you sock me in the throat. That'd
yeah.
be
If
funny.
you just beat the
That'd
shit
be
out of
funny.
me, wouldn't that be funny, Tom? Okay, never mind. But
Okay, he didn't. I mean, he almost put it into the final movie,
I mean,
guys.
I'm basically like friends with Tom Cruise. It's pretty
You,
cool. We
you know,
worked in
your
Zenith
friends.
together. Yeah. I mean, me and Tom are pretty close.
And I've got his assistant's number, who's got his other assistant's number, who's got
Like,
his number.
we're like
So like,
this. We're tight. Oh,
we're
no.
so tight.
Speaking of stories of actors like being fucking weirdos, Tom
Yeah.
Cruise. Have you heard this story? It's like from years ago, but like Tom Cruise at one point was auditioning people to be his girlfriend.
What?
He literally auditioned people to like he would like fly girls into his like house in Montana or wherever, and they would just like stay with him for a few days and like basically try to impress him. And then if he liked them, he would be like, okay, maybe you'll stick around for a while. And if he didn't, he would just be like, out of here. Your career in this town is ruined.
Was it a show? Was
No,
it a TLC show?
no, it wasn't even kind of show. It was just his life. He was just like,
Because I'm pretty sure this is exactly what
it's not Flavor of
Flavor
Love out
Flav,
here.
yeah, Flavor
No,
of
it's not
Love.
Flavor of Love. This is just this dude's life, and it's crazy.
God, he just wanted to do it for the fucking for his own amusement.
Yeah, well, that's because he's in the Church of Scientology, and those people just do whatever he wants. So.
Ah, that's cheaper than strippers. That's cheaper
Well,
than whores.
yeah, but you got to be in a movie that grosses $1 billion. Lane, that's what you and I
Listen,
have going for
listen.
us.
I don't know what's so special about him. If it's that he can cry on command or he can jump out of a plane, but I can do both of those things as well. Okay.
Cry right now.
No, I need garlic.
Okay, well,
Yeah, is
that's
there
not
garlic on set?
saying that
Is there
you
any
mean
garlic on
onions,
set?
by the way, but
No, I need garlic.
you cry from garlic?
Yeah, if you ever put garlic in your eye,
No, why would I?
Well, if you ever do, you'll see it in the
Onions
eyes.
before, but not garlic.
Listen,
But anyway.
I found out about garlic in the eyes before onions. All right.
Okay, well, no disrespect. But yeah, so like Gold Member and Tom Cruise is in this movie and Mike Myers is as well and Beyonce, so like three rich assholes all in this movie just doing whatever they want. Danny DeVito is the most likable dude in this movie.
Oh yeah, can we bring up? I forgot about this. We talked about it. There's a lot of parts of this movie that do not age well, which are
Oh yeah.
the fact that Kevin Spacey is right in the beginning,
Kevin Spacey's in this movie as
and then at the end they make a fat bastard, makes a joke where he's like, "I'm on the Subway diet now." So like,
I'm eating I'm doing what Jared did. So you got Kevin
so you got
Spacey
Kevin Spacey,
and you
Jared,
got Jared and
both good diddlers. As far as we're
both
concerned.
pedophiles, and just kind of makes you think. 2002 was a much simpler time, really.
You're a good man if your dick is hard when you see Beyonce in these scenes, but then it dies when those people are brought up.
When Kevin Spacey's in the movie. Yeah. No, I'm never watching Seven again. I can't. He's a good actor, but I can never watch Kevin Spacey in any movies again.
I'm trying to figure out what I've watched with Kevin Spacey in it now, because like I've watched a lot less movies than you. You like to review movies. Well, so this is kind of your cup of tea right here. I just want to be here to dick around.
I'm just literally. I mean, my review of Austin Powers 3 is me saying it's good.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty funny.
That's true. You're not exactly expelling a lot of.
I'm not analyzing it and saying here's the secret messages of Austin Powers that you missed.
Here's what Austin Powers really wants you to be concerned about.
Yeah.
9/11 was an inside job. That's what we got from Austin Powers.
That would have been funny if Dr. Evil's plan in this movie, because it came out after 9/11.
Yeah, it did 1 year. 1 year. They really could have like just shoehorned in a bit where like instead of the meteor, because that's all it like the meteor shit, all that had to do with just like a few bits of like CGI on a screen or whatever the fuck. So they could have just made it literally anything else, which is we're going to use this magnet to draw in a plane. The pilot's no longer in control. We're gonna beam it and send it into the Twin Towers.
We're gonna blow up the Empire State Building, okay? And I want planes with freaking lasers. Yeah, so that would have been a better movie, I think. It would have been good if Dr. Evil was trying to commit.
And then we're gonna have freaking sharks with lasers on their head melt the steel beams.
Yeah, that would have been a better movie. I think hey, Mike Myers, tip for number 4. Make it so Austin Powers is working with a terrorist organization of radical
make it work with the Taliban.
Yeah. I mean, they're in the news. Yeah. Back in the news.
Where is ISIS? We don't know, because the Taliban's doing way better.
ISIS?
Yeah, where's ISIS?
I remember.
Have they joined forces? Have they joined?
I don't think so. But like I remember like as a kid or just a younger person, but like for 3 years, it seemed like every news story was about fucking ISIS.
Mm-hmm.
Around
ISIS, the emails,
and
Ebola. Oh yeah, school shooters. Okay, so
those went away too, but that's a different story.
I
mean, but I'm just like saying, what happened to all these school shooters and to ISIS? They're probably the same people.
I wish I had a dumb answer for that. Where did all these school shooters go? Did we? Are we making kids accept each other now?
Better not be. I guess it's hard to kill your classmates over a Zoom call, which is how everybody's been for the last years.
It's really hard to shoot your classmates. That's where they went. Mm-hmm. They went home.
Yeah, they just are at home now.
They went home and got a Chromebook.
And it's less fun to just kill your stepdad, you know? It's less fun.
Yeah, then you just seem like the kid from It, and like, we saw how he turned out. What's fun about
that? Yeah. You really want to kill the prom king. Just really let everybody know.
You really want to drop a bucket of blood, like in Carrie.
Mm-hmm. You really just want to, yeah. But what did happen to ISIS? Because they disappeared, and now the Taliban's back in the news. Maybe preferred ISIS.
Maybe they were concerned with the disease, and they also went to Zoom.
Okay, how it's kind of hard to blow up cars over
They're
the
just
Zoom.
more civilized than Taliban.
A little bit actually. They kind of had some drip too. They weren't really. I don't think they ever like took over any countries. They were just kind of like every now and then they would like blow up a
Yeah,
building or something.
they're like we're just gonna cut off a few reporters' heads,
Yeah, but
and
not
that's
really.
it.
Not really like
We're not gonna like
taking
try and
over a
change the
country.
world.
Yeah.
This is just our thing.
Hmm.
We like to cut off heads
I mean,
and
yeah.
worship. I don't even know what they worship.
Allah.
Worship Allah,
Mhm.
which is God. So
It's just a I
worship
said
our
Hebrew. They don't
idea
like
of
each
God.
other.
Yeah.
I guess Allah is just like God. So you know.
Okay. Well, good for them. What else about
Anyway,
this movie?
I mean, I don't know. Like that one actor. What the fuck is his name? He's not in anything anymore, but he was like the guy behind Robot Chicken and all that shit. You know who I'm talking about?
I don't. Is
Doctor
it? Are you
Evil's son.
talking? Oh. He was behind.
Yeah, he was the Robot Chicken guy.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
had
was
no
him.
idea. Okay. Well,
I mean, props to him, but he has not been doing. He has not been in a
yeah.
movie for like years at this point. He
No,
needs to get
he's
some
basically a
activity.
'90s movies kid, like kind of thing.
Yeah, a little
Like
bit.
every '90s kid knows films and TV shows he was in, but like at this point, he's dropped off the face of the earth.
It's so weird that Leo is in movies now because he was literally just like the Timothy Chalamet or whatever of the '90s. He was just like some
That
pretty boy who just he was in Titanic, and now it's like
wait, was he in this movie?
no, I'm just
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I brought up Leo, but
I don't know either because that confused the shit out of me.
yeah, Leo was in Austin Powers, y'all. He's a really good actor, so just watch out.
Yeah,
But
he actually played the submarine.
yeah, he was a very committed performance. So.
Yeah.
But overall, I've said this like 5 times. I would recommend this movie. I think it has the funniest parts. It's not a really good story.
No, there's
Yeah.
the story is not the point.
I just love.
Not the point.
I think what I like about Austin Powers is he's a really simple character. He doesn't have
He's horny and British.
he doesn't have a ton of desires. He just wants to fuck and presumably get his teeth fixed or something. But
Yeah,
other
honestly,
than that,
they really hammered that joke home with every fucking one of these movies. Where like their teeth are fucked.
which
Like
they
that's
are.
the joke about the British.
Yeah.
Every time he pops his head in.
Have you ever watched any of the old James Bond movies?
No.
They're dumb as hell. I grew up watching those for some reason.
Well,
like,
I don't watch those old films because acting back then was so, comical to us now, and
Sure.
it was also extremely simplistic.
mhm,
Like everything was over the top.
mhm,
Like
yeah.
if there was any moment that somebody got shot, they're like,
But even like,
call back.
but even like the new James Bond movies, they're not that good.
Yeah.
I don't get why it's the franchise that's been around since the fucking 60s.
And who talks like this? Well, hey, chap,
Yeah,
have you considered going down to the loot? Like, who talks like that?
it's
We
true.
talk like this.
Well, I could give you a lecture.
We have
Lane.
inflection in our voice.
I could give you a lecture about how film acting styles.
Well, didn't they have to
changed.
talk like that because the sound, like their mics weren't that great, so they had to be like really loud and like.
No, it's
No?
because this is nerdy. It's because theater acting was the dominant style of acting, and it's just that when you're in a literal theater watching a play with people on stage, the only way to act when you're on an actual stage is loud and big because you're in a room with people.
So they were
People
stuck
in
on
the
opera, basically.
Basically, because people
Okay.
in the back have to hear you, and then like in the later half, this is nerdy and not actually funny. So.
Well, you actually know. Well, you
I don't wanna
actually know
go through a
shit.
whole
Not
rant.
not everything we say has to be a punchline,
well,
but like.
but
No,
yeah,
you're
those
digging into the real nitty gritty.
the
of it.
style of acting changed in the second half of the 20th century because like actors basically figured out that you didn't have to be super big and hammy all the time, and
Yeah.
you could like act in a more subtle way. But
No, I feel like Breaking Bad was one of those shows where it I feel like watching Breaking Bad compared to anything else I've watched, it's the most believable acting. Like everything feels extremely real, like as if they caught real shit happening
Yeah.
on camera.
dude, I really want to show you those fucking Scorsese movies. I think you're gonna love. I really want to show you Goodfellas.
Oh
think
yeah,
you're
I
gonna
was
love
through the
that movie.
movies and I
That's a
saw that and
baller movie.
I forgot to mention that to you when I looked at that film. I was like, "Holy fuck! I didn't know this movie was so old. These guys look young."
Yeah, Robert De Niro is like
I've
a young man in that movie.
I've never seen a young Robert De Niro in
Yeah.
my lifetime.
You know how old he looks in Joker? And I liked the Joker movie.
Well, are we talking about the latest Joker movie that made a lot of incels,
Yeah.
fucking hop on the back of a pickup truck with a rifle?
That movie
'Cause
didn't result in any mass shootings. People
it
thought it
didn't,
would.
but a lot of people prepared like it
Yeah.
would.
I went to see that at the movie theater like when it came out, and there was like police cars there because they were like, we're worried that someone's gonna
Richard
shoot
has
people at this
Richard has a
Joker movie.
bit. It's funny you mention that. Richard has a bit that he got rid of as soon as like that movie's, energy kind of died down. Nobody really cared about that movie anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, but he has a bit about how like a few like just ugly motherfuckers pulled up to him in a pickup truck. They were holding guns that he could see,
Mhm.
and they were like, "You go see that Joker movie?" And he was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "So you ready for the revolution?" And he didn't want to get caught up and like get shot, so he was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna go fucking kill him." He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He's like, "We're gonna get him."
That's funny because the Joker movie isn't really even about killing women. It's not.
I didn't perceive. Well, okay.
No,
like I
Joker
said,
in that movie isn't even. His goal is not to murder women because he doesn't get pussy or anything. His
Yeah.
goal is to kill people because he's poor and mentally ill, and he doesn't. His like
and he
his
feels
funding got
secluded
cut basically.
from
Yeah,
everything.
but that's not. People made a big deal when that movie came out. That movie is not. Nobody's killing someone because they saw that movie.
No,
It's
yeah,
like
I think a
horror
lot of
movie.
people, a lot of dumb people,
Yeah,
and this is speaking from somebody that hasn't seen the movie.
you hadn't seen Joker?
I haven't seen the movie.
Well, it's okay. It's pretty good.
I didn't want to see it because I knew it would make me a little depresso.
It did make me a little depressed, honestly.
I was
'cause-
like, I like to see movies that either get me revved up or
Mhm.
they make me laugh hard, but I don't like to see a movie that makes me feel bad about my own life.
As someone who enjoys sad movies sometimes, I will say this. The Joker movie was very funny. It was also, I was watching it a little bit and I was like, you know what? I can kind of see if my life hadn't gone the way it has a little bit. A few change. I could see me being the Joker
Being
a
the
little
being
bit.
in his shoes, like telling jokes on stage and nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah,
And, like,
that's the best part of the movie. That you would appreciate that part since you do stand up. Is
Yeah.
like, I mean, we both could because
Yeah.
like the parts in that movie that work are the parts where he's like on stage and his jokes are fucking bombing.
They're
Like he's doing
bombing.
shit.
Yeah,
You would
saw that in
appreciate
just the
stuff.
previews. But what I was saying before was like, I kind of remember what I was saying before. I don't think, as somebody that hasn't seen the movie, that the point of that was to rile up the incels. Like
No, it wasn't.
I don't think that was the point. I'm pretty sure the point was just to create a realistic idea of how the Joker came to be.
Or how like a mentally ill fucking weirdo is in real life. Like
Well, like consider this: it is in the DC universe,
yeah.
and we are watching this film and understanding the idea that this guy is the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
even though we know there's been a million different actors that played Batman, Joker, whatever, it's still in the same universe, same person.
Yeah.
So like, this is a good way to see how he came about.
Right.
That's basically it.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, we're not reviewing the Joker movie. We can do that for its own.
This is not even
like Austin Powers.
It's reviewing the Joker movie, and I haven't even seen it. This guy,
You can watch it for an episode; it'd be fine. But like, it's probably not a movie I'd watch again. Like people liked it, but it's not very fun. Like it's not a good time, and it's not even.
You're only making me not want to see it more.
Well, then we won't watch it. I don't really care.
You telling me that is just like, okay, so it's exactly what I thought.
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor, but like,
Yeah, no,
not
props to him.
enough where I would want to watch it again.
I hope he somehow slinks away my $8 at some other point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But other than that, hey, Go check out Goldmember, guys. This movie came out in
Yeah, great
2002.
movie.
It's 19 years old. Go
Yeah.
check it out.
It's almost able to drink on its own.
It deserves to be the feel-good hit of the summer, y'all.
Yeah.
Truly,
It almost
truly.
doesn't need a creepy guy to buy the alcohol for him.
Exactly, exactly. Oh, I had so many like creepy people who I just would get to buy alcohol for me before I turned 21. Not even
I was
you.
actually lucky. I don't think I ever. Am I a creepy guy?
No, that's what I meant is that you did buy me alcohol a few times,
Yeah, I
but I
did.
don't consider you a creep. You were just like
No.
a friend of mine, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not having to go to my weird.
That's how I got you to be friends with me.
Yeah,
I got
a
you
little bit.
alcohol and cigarettes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I used to have this like guy I knew. He's not even like a bad guy, but he was 30 something and he was still in film school at UA. Which is like at that point, just kill yourself.
At that point,
You're living with your parents. You're going to college. You
was he
don't
living
have a
with his
family.
parents?
He was.
What a sad fuck.
I know. He
God.
like graduated, but like it was like
Did you talk to him about his actual like life? Did you learn anything about him?
I was basically like, so what are you doing still in college, man? And he was just like, yeah, so like I went to UA for a year like 10 years ago and then I dropped out basically. And he just told me he dropped out because he was like an alcoholic and he just drank all the time and he didn't go to any of his classes.
My best friend right now,
Mhm.
his name's Dennis. Shout out to Dennis. He's not ever gonna see this, nor is anybody else. But that's exactly what happened to him. He drank so much at his dad's apartment that was provided to him by his dad.
Mhm.
Like he lived there alone, but his dad always left his alcohol there, which was like a lot
Mhm.
because he liked to come there for like the game days and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he failed out, and now he's just working at some fast food places and trying to fucking make it.
Well, tip to Dennis. Don't
Go to film school. Go to film school.
I'm saying don't go to film
UA.
school. Do not try to get into the film industry because it's impossible. That's literally the only thing that going to film school has taught me is that if you want to go to school and learn how to get into the industry, then give up because you can't. The only way to do that is to be born to a rich person.
That's very true. If you're not Will Smith's son,
Yeah.
you're not gonna just break into this game. I remember I tried I was in a theater class. I was thinking of dabbling in theater because I was starting to do this, and I was
Yeah.
like, I wanna fuck around with the art world, you know?
Yeah.
And I become a part of this stupid project. It wasn't my project. My buddy just wanted me to perform in his project. And I did it, and the teacher, I go up to him after class, and I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about getting into, like, you know, the performing side of theater. Like, I want to dabble in that.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I saw your performance in your friend's project. You're very realistic. And looking back now, I think he was just patronizing me.
Well,
I think
that's what all those guys do.
I think he was just trying to make me feel good.
Yeah.
Because I emailed him later asking, like, hey, do you know of anything right now that they're looking for a casting for, or like anything in the fucking film school that like they're trying to do right now that I could try and jump into?
Mm-hmm.
Never emailed me back.
That's what all those fucking people
Never
do.
fucking talked to me.
Every professor here that I've ever had about that shit, and I'm not an actor or anything, but all of them like to say like, oh yeah, you know, you just gotta like look around for opportunities, and you ask them, and they don't want to help you because like they either have their students that they already like, or they just don't care.
They're very bitter. They're bitter that they're not in those positions.
They're bitter people because they're not in New York, they're not in Atlanta, they're not in Los Angeles.
They're in Alabama.
They're in Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
And at that point, they're not that interested in helping students get into the actual, you know.
Like, listen, if you're here, either go to NASA or get the fuck out of my classroom.
A little bit, actually, though. I mean, UA, I guess it has some, like, pretty good, like, grad programs. But if you're an undergrad here...
When it comes to theater, it's kind of like Tuscaloosa comedy for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
a little bit. It's like you're waiting to move on.
You're waiting to get to a different, better state.
Yeah,
literally a better like state in the United States.
Yeah, no, not a lot going on here for that. But we could make our own gold member, Lane. I mean, you and I we're
I'm not putting
together now.
molten gold on my dick.
I didn't say that.
Okay, well,
Even
you
if we
said.
did, it would be a special effect. I'm just saying we could make a movie here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, just maybe.
All right. Well, we got 9 months to work on this,
Yeah.
so maybe we don't have to do it now.
Well, this has been a great podcast, and this has been two dudes.
Are we signing off?
No, I'm just
I was like, we're at 34 minutes, and I
No,
gotta
that's fine.
piss. I mean,
Do you want to hold down the fort while I go take a piss? Do you want, or do you
yeah,
want
but
to?
only if you will while I go take a piss
All right.
afterwards.
Well.
So,
All right. Then you talk to the
all right.
fucking screen.
What's up? What's up? It's Avery's solo podcast, and I'm like Bill Burr. I'm like how Bill Burr does a solo podcast. You know, I'm getting pissed off. No, so today was a normal day. Had my first class of the semester. That went fine, and basically got a coffee at PJ's Coffee, which is the only coffee spot really in walking distance from our apartment right now. So like, just kind of it was a normal day. Didn't do very much, honestly. And Lane's inviting me to go to play pool, which like I will, but I'm so fucking bad at pool. I'm gonna like embarrass myself in front of his friend or whatever.
That was a long fucking piss. Holy
Mine's gonna be
shit.
longer. All right, you hold down the fort while I
All right.
drain my winkle. Oh,
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Lane Podcast. I just thought I'd do it like Avery did. I don't know how to be funny in this alone because I usually just tell stories that have no like actual fucking ending to them. It's just like, well, wasn't that crazy that happened? Now Avery's gonna go take a fat piss. God, if anybody's watching this, fucking good on you. You're gonna watch me take a 20-second hit here. Very nice. Alright. That was a fucking good idea. Doesn't oh shit, other way. Doesn't it look like Joe Rogan's face? Looks a little bit like Joe Rogan's face. Like they kind of predicted he'd be around. Oh man. Who's that face supposed to be? Is that Goldmember? He's not even bald. I don't know. Anyhow. God, I gotta fill more dead air. I gotta figure out something to talk about. Avery is not a bad roommate. He's clean. He dresses well. You know, all the things that like I would expect from a gay man. Which he is. Aren't you gay, Avery?
Yeah, you know it, bruh. Fuck. You know who we need to get on for an episode?
Here, scoot more over so you can be in the camera.
You know who we need to get for an episode?
Who do we need to get?
We need to get Jeremiah and Cole in here. That would be pretty
fun.
Fit
4 people.
I'm not saying that we're gonna do it tomorrow. Okay, well, I'm not. We do have 2 mics. All I'm saying, you and I on this mic, them on that mic.
That would work. We would have to figure something out with the camera.
We'd figure it out. I mean, it'd be pretty funny now that our go-to black guy is out of commission.
Our go-to
we can replace him with 2.
Where's Bobby, man?
Yeah, I miss Bobby. I can't find him on anything. So hopefully he's doing all right. I guess we could technically like drive by to his mom's place.
I haven't
tried
to check out his Instagram since you told me that you think his Instagram went off the air.
It might not have, but I get that vibe that he's disappeared. He's missing incognito. So
speaking of Instagram, today I uploaded something for the first time. I uploaded my comedy onto my Instagram.
Nice. How'd that work out?
Well, oh,
okay.
No clue. I don't know how. If you upload a video that's like over a minute or just over a minute actually, Instagram wants you to do like an Instagram live thing, TV or whatever, and Instagram like I don't know. Instagram's confusing to me. I don't understand social media.
I don't really either.
I'm like Danny DeVito with a phone. Like
I have less than 200 followers on my Instagram right now, which I've been led to believe is like basically you don't exist. So
same here. So like you're good.
yeah, but
I have like 27. I think that's my following. 27.
Okay, well, I'm doing a little bit better than that, but not
Well,
not enough
that's
to
my
be proud
comedy.
about.
I run my personal one has like 140 or something, but
Okay, well,
that doesn't matter because it doesn't matter to me.
yeah, no, it's very stupid. People who care about Instagram or like social media stuff, unless it's like you're promoting something.
Yeah, I see. Okay, I get notifications all the time that people like you and Lauren and them always have something on their story,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I
what the
upload
fuck are you
shit.
posting on
Well,
your story all the time?
you got to check it out, man. I upload shit to my story all the time, but it's literally it's basically just like in the middle of the day if I think of something funny that I don't really think I can develop into like a full joke for stand up.
Why don't you harbor that? Why don't you hold on to those things?
I do, but it's
'Cause,
like
some
sometimes no, but some things work actually better as like just a quick social media by the way, you're getting a call from Carlos. But some things work better as just like a little social media blip
here,
than
hold
they
on,
do
let's
like
do
a
this.
stand up. Okay.
Hey, Carlos,
Yo,
you're on the Two Dudes One Closet podcast
What's
right
up?
now.
What's up? First guest star.
guys, alright, I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're currently on a podcast right now. What's up?
So what's up, man? Where do I see this podcast at, live at, or
YouTube. It's not gonna be live. We're recording.
Yeah, it's not live.
posted?
I don't know, in a fucking day. Whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, basically. Did you upload the one from 2 days ago?
I did, yeah.
All right. So yeah, whenever Lane feels
Are
like
you calling me waiting to see? Are you in Houndstooth right now?
I'm not. I was just checking up on you. If you still want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna-
When will you be done with your fake podcast?
With my fake
It's
podcast.
not inaccurate. 20 minutes.
Yeah, give us 20 minutes, I guess.
That's perfect. What's your homeboy's name?
Avery.
What's up?
What's up,
I haven't met
Avery?
you, Carlos, have I?
Nah. I
Cool.
don't think so.
All right. Well, sounds good.
All right, so we'll see you.
Man, if you come play pool, let's shoot it up.
Yeah, so I'll see you at Houndstooth in 20.
Alright, sounds good.
All right, peace out, homie.
Alright, yeah, peace out.
How we going? Lane and yeah. Okay, I appreciate the invitation, and I'm gonna
coming.
go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm just saying, you played pool with me before. I lost.
It's not the point. Pool is just fun.
It's not fun if you're losing.
It's fun.
Okay, but it gets to a point where I just want to sit out and like have a beer or something. I don't even like beer, so like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But
You heard my bit about beer and
I did. It's a good bit.
Bear Grylls.
Didn't necessarily land at Jackie's last night.
It did
but-
not. It landed much better at Black Warrior.
Well, that's because the people at Black Warrior are like fun.
Yeah,
They're
the
like people
Black
you'd want to
Warrior-
hang out with.
Yeah, people at Black Warrior are people that are like actually friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You would sit down and have a drink with them.
They're nice.
They're
they
good
want to
people.
laugh more
Yeah.
than anything.
People at Jackie's are like, I don't want to laugh, so you're gonna have to pry me open with a comedy crowbar and force it out of me.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to laugh. I'm gonna yell at you, and I'm just generally pissed that you're even speaking around me right now.
I talked to Compton today on the phone. He told me that he talked to those girls that we seemed to have pissed off and had left.
Whoops.
There was a group of sorority girls at a comedy mic that we did. Was it last night? Yeah,
That
it
was
was last night.
Last night.
And he said that they actually said they weren't mad. They just had another place to go to.
Bullshit. They
Yeah,
got
no, I
that.
think Compton draws the truth out of people because not only is he like a very good comic, he's very good at working.
He's a
with-
very nice person.
he's
good
a
to
nice
talk to.
person, and when he goes up at Jackie's, he works with that crowd. Like
Yeah.
he does a very good job.
Those guys were yelling at him though. I was like, it's
No,
Compton.
but that dude that was yelling at him, they had a talk, and he was basically the guy basically cracked down to him and was just like, yeah, I was just trying to be funny, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Respect.
he was just a dumbass that thought him yelling was funny.
We're respect to Compton because he is a funny guy. I don't know if we could ever get. I mean, we could probably get him on the podcast. What am I talking about? I don't
You
know what
think
that.
so?
Why not?
I feel like we would have to tell him we have at least 100 views. Right now, our top viewed podcast is The Life of Brian, and we have 13 views.
That's more than I expected, Lane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But all the other ones have 0 views.
Well, why the fuck did that one get more views? Oh, wait a minute. We just got to do movies that people have actually heard of and like.
But this is one of them.
No, but people are not watching Goldmember in 2021 as much as they are.
Who's watching The Life of Brian
That's
right
a classic movie.
Who's watching it, though?
Nerds, comedy nerds. People like that movie.
On to people all the time, and even people that, like, go to Black Warrior and are semi-fans of comedy, sometimes they never heard of Monty Python.
That's so weird to me. I like bring up shit all the time where it's like where it's like to me it's like very famous.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, have you seen the movie? Have you seen The Godfather? And people are like, what is that? And I'm like, have you seen Halloween? You know, the movie with Michael Myers? And they're like, you're speaking a foreign language to me right now,
you mean
bro.
the movie that was just put on Netflix? The fuck?
Yeah, no,
they
people
release
are
the
dumb.
New Halloween on Netflix, I guess.
I don't know. People are dumb though. People have not heard of shit. So except for me, because I'm a fucking dork. But
you are a dork.
Yeah, I know.
You have nothing in your room. I imagine you just watch movies on your laptop all goddamn day.
I've been here 2 days, Lane. Give me a break.
I'm just saying. I looked at your room and I was like, "There's just a bed in here."
I have not moved all my shit in yet. Is what is the answer to that? I haven't moved everything in. And I'm generally speaking, like, if I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a person who decorates
this room looks like that of, like, a Mormon's. Like, it doesn't
like
have a TV. It doesn't, like, he just has a laptop that he does his work on, and then he goes to bed at 9.
I haven't gone to bed before 2 a.m. since I've been in this apartment.
Well, that's because I put a fancy-dancy 50-inch TV in there, with your little Mormon brain was like, you were like, excited about it.
I was raised very religiously, but that has nothing to do.
Were you actually? I was just
pretty religiously. Not as a Mormon, but you know.
I was raised as a non-denominational Christian, like my whole life.
Well, my parents are Methodists, which is like that they like football more than they do God, but you know they're basically religious people. So.
Let's crack that down. Okay, the Catholics, they like alcohol more than God.
They like a lot more than God. And children. Catholics like little boys a lot more than they do God.
Okay, well, we're talking about repressed pastors because their religion has dumb rules, like a pastor can't get married, versus in non-denominational Christianity, they can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then Baptist Christians, they like what more than God? They like hating the blacks more than God?
They like being racist more than God. But I will say this about Baptists. Baptists like to fucking party.
Do they?
They are down for anything.
I thought that was the Catholics.
Well, but they don't like to talk about that. Baptists are just loud.
Okay, do you know what the fuck a Protestant is?
No fucking idea.
I have no clue what their difference
They don't like anything more than they like God, but they do hate themselves more than they love God.
Yeah, they go to their Protestant church and there's like 10 of them and they're like, "What are we doing here?"
Mm-hmm.
Let's just pick another team.
They like the idea of suicide more than they like God.
Okay, so they like fruit punch more than God.
Basically. Jews, not Christians, but they like...
Charles Manson more than God.
Yeah. Jews like money more than they like God.
Oh, yeah, I forget they're part of this.
Kinda. I don't actually know what...
Christianity basically accepts the idea of Jesus being the Son of God, right?
Not basically. That's the entire point of the religion.
No. Okay, then basically.
Yeah, but that's a good way to phrase it. But yeah, sure. Basically, they do.
If you're Jewish, you just don't... They
don't believe in Jesus.
They don't believe in Jesus. They think he was just some hippie.
They think he was just a guy.
Just a dude that, tried to further push Christianity or push this idea of...
Basically.
Of the Judaism.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. This is my own ignorance. I don't really know what Muslims, are into.
Is that the one where they refer to God as Allah?
That's Allah, yeah.
Okay.
Those guys.
I don't get it either. I feel like it's completely separate.
But
it's like,
their Allah...
the idea that there is a God,
mm-hmm.
like a singular God.
Right, yeah.
But that's it. That's the only similarity I see.
Their Allah is biblically speaking, the same God as our God.
How do you make that connection?
Well, because they're an Abrahamic religion. They like come from the same belief system that Abraham introduced, basically. I don't really know what that means. That's just what I've
Sounds
heard.
like a knockoff. If
I mean,
you ask me. Sounds like they copied our shit.
if you want to say it like that, if you want to piss off Afghanistan, then sure.
As if they've been in such a good mood lately.
Yeah,
If I were to-
you couldn't piss those guys off. Yeah. So yeah.
Anyhow.
But no, so I don't know.
I mean,
Religion
they're
is
probably in a
weird.
good mood right now, you know?
Yeah, they just took a big dub.
Yeah.
They're doing
Taking
pretty
over
well.
an entire country
Yeah.
with little to no effort.
Well, that's the thing. Americans were there for 20 years, and then
No,
we left.
Biden said the one intelligible thing that he's ever said
Mhm.
when he talked about this, because he said he talked about how we've given them billions of dollars.
Mhm.
We have sent over our own men to not only defend them but train them.
Yeah.
We've paid their own soldiers' salaries. We've built up their army. We've given them an air force, which the Taliban don't fucking have.
Well, they have Air Force, but it's just hijacking United flights.
Okay,
To
but that's
crash
not
into
an air
planes.
force. The only weapon those things form is themselves. That
Yeah.
itself is a weapon. They
Right.
don't have guns on them that they can reuse.
No,
but, like-
you're right. They have
But like we've
suicide
done
vests.
all these things for them, and the second we leave, they just crumble like that, like a fucking
Yeah.
like one of those nature bars where it's like you
No,
bite
you're
into it
right.
and it just
You're
falls
right.
apart.
And I'll say this: I'm not at all a fan of Joe Biden. I think he's a loser. That man is a fucking dork.
Yeah, not a
But-
fan of Joe Biden.
But
Not a fan of Trump either. But like, let's not get into that.
But I do think it was a good idea to leave Afghanistan, because it's like, okay, not to get political, because I do want this to be a comedy podcast, but I saw a meme today that was like, China over the last 20 years poured $1 trillion into their like public infrastructure and education and like making their country, like more of a global superpower. And the US poured $1 trillion into fighting a country that nobody cares about and that doesn't have an impact on.
Well, they have oil, right? Is that
I mean, not anymore.
not
We
anymore?
took it all.
Like, they just ran out of oil.
Well, maybe they do still, but like,
I'm sure they still have oil.
sure, but you get the point. It's like, it's a dumb idea to fight. and all
That's
this
my
stuff.
whole argument. Actually, bringing up the oil thing
Yeah.
is that we're gonna find out in 30 years when like Joe Rogan's son, or no, he doesn't have sons, does he? He only has girls.
I have no idea who.
Oh, that means Joe Rogan has a small penis. You know why that means it? Because girl sperm survives longer, but male sperm travels faster. So in order to have males, you either have to not try to pull out and come
Yeah.
inside the girl. You gotta like be all the way thrusted in
Mhm.
to have a better chance, or you gotta have a big dick. And odds are, Rogan has a small penis.
I have,
But-
yeah. Shots fired at you, Joe
Shots
Rogan.
fired,
Joe
Joe.
Rogan.
We're coming from
Wow. It was a good while it lasted, but I will say, I have always heard that Joe Rogan isn't he supposed to be like secretly gay or something?
fucking. Who told you that?
Okay, maybe I just saw
I
it.
watch all his shit. I'm involved in like his Reddit page or whatever.
Okay,
so
fine.
like I don't feel like that's been a theory going.
There's a strong chance that I just saw a meme that said
Yeah,
he
it's a
was.
meme.
Okay, never mind then.
It's supposed to be a
Never
one-time
mind.
joke moment,
All right, that makes sense.
but
Forget I said that,
Yeah,
Joe.
it's
I hope we're
fucking-
still friends.
you idiot
I wanna come on
retard. He's only gonna have me on the podcast now.
Well, you're into MMA shit, so he has something to talk to you about.
Yeah, I'll be able to talk to him about how wrestling is like the number one thing you need to learn.
Yeah. You could talk to him about that, and then I can come in and talk about like,
Like gay shit.
yeah, I'd be like, so here's the thing, Joe. When a penis goes into your ass, and
Yeah,
he's like,
Joe, have
that's
you
what-
ever even tried a penis?
he's like, I heard that these like Swami monks, they do that, and it like extends their life force.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that's true, Joe.
They get the stem cells that are in spermicide, and no, I'm just
It's like that's true, Joe. It's
True.
a very good point.
And he's like, yeah, no, actually, I've heard that. They did it with chimpanzees.
They did that shit with it. Jamie, pull this up.
Jamie, pull this up. The chimpanzees fucking each other, and they're both dudes.
Jamie,
Pull it up.
pull up some gay porn right now. Let's
Pull
watch
up some.
this shit.
They
You see
pulled up-
that?
There was
He's going crazy right now.
I actually listened to a podcast the other day that I couldn't watch because I was in the car, but they just pull up straight up porn.
Wait, what podcast was it?
I don't remember what it was. I think it was Andrew Scholl's.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, back to the conspiracy I have. The conspiracy I have is that we let the Taliban take over because they could be so easily defeated, and then we just basically take over that country as a whole and get to take all their oil. So like in 4 months.
But can they be?
So like in 4 months.
But they took over the country after being in hiding for 20 years.
We have drones, dude. We got drones that shoot bombs down wherever the fuck we please. They don't even have an actual air force.
I hear what you're saying.
They have taken over the country now, so they probably have some jets, but like they just have like the shitty jets that like we didn't want anymore.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm not going to pretend to be like a military expert.
Neither am I. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
That's true.
This is a conspiracy theory I have.
But people do underestimate what having a strong ground force means. People think it's not important anymore because we have drones and shit now, but it still means something. Okay,
it means something. But 2 things. 1, they're in a fucking desert.
It's true.
There's nothing cover.
They don't have a lot of resources.
They don't have a whole lot of cover. Okay, so wherever they walk or fucking travel, we see a dust cloud behind them as they move along.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that's with our satellites, too. We didn't have drones when we were in Nam.
But you can't... okay. There are 2 places in the world that it's been proven you can't invade, even with the most powerful army in the world.
No.
Russia and Vietnam. We were in Vietnam for
so
fucking long.
You say proven, but our technology back then barely got us to the moon, and it had the computing power of my Casio 290 whatever the fuck calculator.
All right, that's fine. But could you invade I'm just saying this because people underestimate the value of a strong ground force. You gotta have
nowadays because that's the case, because we have so much military.
But there's a reason.
Just fly over and nuke an area.
That's true, but there's a reason that we haven't just droned them and back to the Stone Age because they have shit we want.
Because it would be a PR crisis.
Yeah, but who really cares? It's a global pedophile elite that control the world. They're not looking for public opinion.
Yeah, but they don't want to. They don't want to control the world like in a way that's easily visible, you know.
Yeah, okay. I for one, I do believe that 9/11 was an inside job that our government did.
Thank you. You finally admit it.
I know. I'm not. I never disagreed with you on.
Admit it. Oh no! Shit.
Yeah,
the mic is down.
That's what you get for banging.
The mic is down.
This table, but
this bitch ass table. Yeah, I've had this fold out table that's meant for like to be jumped on by frat dudes for like 4 years now.
Well, I'm surprised it hasn't given out on you yet, but I
will
say
it's a horse.
Well, good for this. Good for the
it's
table.
An ox.
But no, I mean, I don't. I agree with all conspiracy theories.
All of them.
Well, I think we.
There's a flat Earth one out there.
Not that one. That one, I don't get the point of that one.
Okay.
But I do agree with that 9/11 was an inside job, that the CIA killed John F. Kennedy, whatever. But
yeah, those all have very, very good cases.
Yeah, not like I'm an expert. It's an interest of mine, like how some people are interested.
No, we've just seen a few too many Joe Rogan episodes.
Yeah, I'll get into one of those like fucking Wikipedia whole. You ever get at one of those in like 1 a.m. where you're just like,
dude,
connections.
I was doing a report for one of my literature classes on Edward Snowden. So like, nice. You better believe I like started getting real deep, and I was just like my fiance, she's trying to become a lawyer now, so like it was an even bigger case in my brain to go up to her and be like, did you hear about fucking stellar wind? You know about stellar wind? It's like, yeah, dude, everybody knows about stellar wind now. There's a Wikipedia entry. Like, it's common knowledge.
And I'm just going to say right now, the official stance of the Two Dudes, One Closet podcast is that Edward Snowden is a national hero.
Yeah, that was my whole paper, was that he was an anti-terrorist. And the real terrorists of this country that run this country declared him a terrorist.
Yeah, Obama was like, we're not letting him come back because he stole our information that we're spying on all the U.S. citizens.
And we did it illegally,
Mhm.
without the consent of the U.S. people.
Edward Snowden's a good person. Obama can rot in hell for all I care. He's a
It's very
bad dude.
it's very funny that he went to Russia, which is like way worse.
It's true, but they like him there.
Way worse.
They like him there because he can. I mean, I don't know if he has
Because
or not.
he fought against America
Mhm.
and then came over there. Like that's the only reason they like him
Yeah,
is because they did a thing that he liked.
yeah. Well,
Where he's like, look at your stupid fucking country. You let people find out that you're
yeah. You think
let that guy
thing.
slink through?
if Edward Snowden had been born in Russia and had done the same thing, he would be dead. I don't even need to talk about
Gone.
what would have happened if he'd been born in China.
Dude, he would be castrated and he would still be serving hard time, like just like
With the
washing.
Uyghurs in a prison camp or some shit.
No, he would be the lowest of the low. He would be washing the feet of the Uyghurs
Yeah.
or washing
Oh,
the feet
they
of the Chinese people.
The Uyghurs would be kings to him if
Yeah.
he had done with, yeah. So,
Yeah,
you know.
the Uyghurs would be like, "You fucking garbage!" Like they would
Yeah.
slap him.
Oh, you know, wash my feet good. I Chinese, but I believe Tala.
Hey, that's one of the few accents we as white men in America are not allowed to do. We can only do the accents of other white men.
That's such bullshit. I was friends with this Hispanic girl one time, and I was doing accents around her,
Oh,
and then
man.
I did Russian, I did French, I did all this like German or whatever, and she was laughing her ass off.
Yeah,
And then I did a Mexican guy accent. Oh,
big mistake.
suddenly it's not
Suddenly,
funny.
suddenly,
Suddenly it's not a fucking laugh. What do you
there's
think
no
the Russians like being laughed at?
there's no irony. There's no irony in this at all.
Do you think they like it when everybody makes fun of their voice?
Listen, I love some of Cole's jokes where he jokes about white people. Okay?
Yeah, it's
I
funny.
understand that there's a lot of things about every culture, including white people for sure,
Mhm.
that are funny.
Of course.
I've done my "you might be a cracker" jokes. I've done my
Yeah.
we love mayonnaise shit. But like the idea that white people can't do the same thing really bothers me.
It's dumb.
It really bothers me.
It's just dumb.
It's
Anyway,
like it's just obvious hypocrisy. But
what are you gonna do?
yeah, let's go ahead and get the fuck off that topic.
Well, I think we're at the hour mark. We're actually a little bit over.
Yeah, look at us.
But yeah, gold member. Even
Gold
though we
member.
talked about gold member for I think 2 minutes of this entire podcast, but
That's
whatever.
what we do every time. If you
That's
don't
the
expect
vibe,
that at this
baby.
point, I mean, I think the most we talked about any movie was the first episode.
Yeah, where we were still on topic and we were like, let's just have fun with it. Who gives
Yeah.
a shit? So,
Anywho,
yeah.
this
so
has been
two.
wait, we gotta say it at the same time.
Okay, 3,
This
2, 1.
two
Two dudes,
one
one
closet.